Hey guys, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we'd really appreciate it if you would. I'm really excited to show off our newest PC build. It's a 12th gen Intel Core i9. It's also our first build with DDR5 memory, which is really cool. It's a very white appearance overall and has RGB lighting throughout. The video card, CPU cooler, motherboard, RAM, system fans, and even some of the cabling are RGB, which is a really cool appearance. All of these components went into this build, and overall it went really well. The only issue that we had was an ASUS ROG Z690 Hero motherboard, which initially only worked for about 20 minutes. Shortly thereafter, they got recalled due to a memory issue, and so we switched to the formula version, and it's working out really well. Let's take a look. This custom gaming PC has an Intel Core i9 12900K 16-core processor with up to 5.1 GHz turbo. ASUS ROG Strix LC360 RGB White Edition Liquid CPU Cooler. ASUS ROG MAXIMUS Z690 Formula Gaming Motherboard. 32 GB of G.SKILL Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 5600 MHz RAM. ASUS ROG Strix GeForce RTX3080 V2 White Overclock Edition 10 GB GDDR6X video card. Samsung 980 Pro PCIe 4.0 NVMe 2 TB SSD. ASUS ROG Thor 80 Plus Platinum 1200 watt fully modular RGB power supply with LIVEDASH. Lian Li 011 dynamic dual chamber white case. Lian Li Unifan SL120 RGB white fans. Lian Li STRIMER Plus triple 8-pin GPU and 24-pin motherboard extension cables. Inside you can see all the fans and RGB cabling. These are the Lian Li SL120 RGB white fans, and we have 9 total. Even replaced the ones in the liquid cooler to match. The liquid cooler is routed on this side to give us extra space for the fans so that those exhaust fans can perform properly. We have 3 intake fans on the bottom, 3 exhaust fans on the side, and then 3 fans blowing up through the liquid cooler. There's the G.SKILL RGB RAM in the proper slots for dual channel mode. And then these are the Lian Li STRIMER Plus triple 8-pin GPU and 24-pin RGB extension cables. This one wouldn't fit the way it was routed from the factory. It would have gone down, and there's not enough depth here with the side. So I actually took all these off the extension cables and flipped the whole thing so that it's going the other direction and can go up instead of down. As you can see, it tucks back in there pretty nicely. Got a lot of cable management going on to where you can't really see very many cables at all. With the other side panel removed, you can see our exhaust fans over here. These are mounts for 3.5 and 2.5 inch hard disks that could go on the back side. But this is nice to cover up all our cabling as well. You can see there's an excess of cabling back here. Thanks to the motherboard and GPU extension cables, there's a lot of extra cabling, and that keeps it nice and tidy. That's the Thor 1200 watt power supply that has the LIVEDASH. The LIVEDASH is upside down, but you can still read. It's pulling about 90 watts right now. There is normally a hard disk caddy right here for 2 hot swap hard disks that are 3.5 inch, but I removed that to give us more space and allow us to see the power supply's wattage more easily. Also gave us somewhere to mount the fan controller. This is for the SL120 Lian Li fans. We only have 3 banks populated. There's a 4th bank that we don't have cables in. And this connects all 9 fans together, uses a SATA power connector, and then reports back to the motherboard with a regular fan connector. It's a really nice setup. I mounted the STRIMER Plus controller here. Both the motherboard and the triple 8-pin connect to this. And there are buttons on it to change the RGB values. It also talks back to the motherboard, so you can control it with the ASUS software as well. On the back, you can see our rear I/O shield. It's got a clear CMOS button and a BIOS update button. You'd have to put your BIOS copy on the thumb drive in this slot. There are USB Type-C and Type-A, as well as Thunderbolt Type-C connectors, HDMI that we're not going to use since we have the video card, Wi-Fi 6E antenna connectors, analog and digital audio connectors. Here's our 3080 video card and all of its video connectors. This is the radiator for our liquid CPU cooler. You can see I had to put little spacers that it came with so that it wouldn't dent the radiator with the length of the screws. Because of this, the original dust shield that goes on here for filtration doesn't really fit. But since this is blowing up and out, I'm not real worried about dust since that's going to constantly be pushing up. If you're using it for intake, then it would mean a lot more. The pass mark scores for this PC are at 99th percentile in almost every category. The overall score is 9354. CPU mark is 38951. 2D mark is 1173 and 3D mark is 22985. The memory mark is 3280, which is the 88th percentile. The disk mark is 54298. This build turned out amazing. I'm super happy with how it looks. I'm extremely happy with the performance numbers as well. As you can see from the pass mark score, almost everything is off the charts. The one disappointment is the G.SKILL RAM, and I'm not sure if it's just a speed issue or if it's a capacity issue. And normally I would go with Corsair, but there's very little DDR5 system memory available right now, so you kind of have to work with what you can get. Hopefully that'll improve with time. If you intend to do a build like this, if you could use our links in the description to purchase any of these components, that would help support our channel. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if there's anything you want to add I didn't include, please put that in the comments as well. I'm always glad to learn something new. Thanks.